The principal came on the intercom and said, anyone who plays Fortnite, report to the gym immediately. I was half asleep in math class when the intercom came on. Attention students, anyone who plays Fortnite needs to report to the gymnasium right now. This is not a request. The room went quiet, then a few kids laughed. Our teacher looked just as lost as we were. I play Fortnite, have for years. So does my boy Ken. We run duos almost every night. I looked over at him. You think this is real? He whispered. Guess we're about to find out. We joined the flood of kids heading to the gym. Hallways were packed. Same questions bouncing off the walls. What's going on? Is this a prank? Why would they care about Fortnite? We walked into the gym and I stopped dead. There had to be 200 kids in there, but that's not what made me freeze. It was who was standing at the front. The principal, arms crossed. A police officer next to him with a clipboard, and a woman I didn't recognize. Her eyes were swollen, red, like she'd been crying all morning. The principal didn't wait for everyone to settle. Sit down, now. I sat next to Ken on the bleachers. He nudged me. Dude, why is there a cop here? I didn't have an answer, but I had a feeling we were about to find out. The principal didn't waste a second. We're asking questions. You're answering honestly. Silence. Who plays on PC? Hands went up. Everyone else dismissed. Console and mobile players filtered out. Half the gym gone. Who uses voice chat? More kids left. Down to maybe 80. Who has added students from this school to their friends list? 50 left. My hand stayed up. So did Ken's. Then the woman stepped forward, her voice barely holding together. Who here plays on creative servers? She listed a few popular ones. Servers Ken and I hit up every week. 30 hands stayed up. Everyone else was sent back to class. The officer stepped forward. Who was online on those servers between 8 p.m. and midnight last month? That was prime gaming time for me and Ken. My hand stayed up. So did his. So did about 12 other kids. Everyone else left. 14 of us now, sitting in a gym that suddenly felt like an interrogation room. The woman was crying softly. The officer continued. Final question. Think carefully. He looked at each of us. Who here has a secondary account? An alt? I dropped my hand immediately. I only ever had one account. Most kids did the same, but 3 hands stayed up. Ken's was one of them. The officer pointed at them. You 3, come with me. Ken stood up. He still wouldn't look at me. They walked him and the other 2 out. 20 minutes later, one kid came back, confused but relieved. Then the second one. Ken never came back. 30 more minutes of nothing, going crazy. Then the principal came back. You can all return to class, except you. He was looking right at me. Follow me. I walked behind him through the quiet hallway. He stopped at his office and opened the door. The officer was standing by the window, the woman sitting in a chair crying, and Ken, hands cuffed behind his back, head hanging down. I stopped breathing. Sit down, the principal said. I sat across from Ken, couldn't stop looking at the cuffs. The officer spoke first. You know this student? Yeah, he's my best friend. We play together almost every night. Did you know about his second account? No, I only knew his main. The woman looked at me. Her face was destroyed. That account, he used it to hunt my daughter. The officer took over. For 4 months, someone has been stalking a female student at this school. My stomach dropped. He found her through Fortnite, identified who she was, then started messaging her through PlayStation. Her PSN was linked to her Epic account, so he found it easily. The messages were detailed. He described her house, the color of her curtains, what time she turned her bedroom light off. He sent voice recordings saying her name, telling her he was outside. The woman let out a sob. My baby couldn't sleep, couldn't eat. She begged me not to make her go to school. She thought he was going to kill her. The officer continued. We subpoenaed Sony for the IP logs. They matched his home address. Voice recordings matched too. I stared at Ken, the quiet kid who never caused problems, who I would have vouched for without hesitation. Ken, my voice broke. Did you do this? Nothing. He didn't move, didn't speak. The officer grabbed his arm. Time to go. They walked him toward the door. Right before they left, he turned and looked at me. His eyes were completely empty, like looking into nothing. Then the door shut and he was gone. The principal told me I could go. I didn't move. I played with him almost every night. How did I not know? The principal leaned back. That's how people like him operate. They hide in plain sight. I walked back to class on autopilot, sat down at my desk, looked at Ken's empty chair. His backpack was sitting there, like he'd be back any minute. He wasn't coming back. That night I couldn't stop thinking about it. All those late nights gaming together, all those voice chats where he barely talked. I used to joke that he was the quietest dude I knew. Now I wondered what he was really doing during those silences. If he was messaging her while we played, describing her house while I sat there talking about the game like an idiot. My best friend had a whole other life I knew nothing about, and some girl paid the price for it.